still haven't really decided if I want to do like a full concrete base, so it's just like we poured a giant concrete square before building on top of it. You know, we paved paradise and then put up a parking lot. But or if I want to do some form of pillars. Either way, we're gonna hit the big red button. Big red button
Milestone
hit.
reached. The nuclear power plant produces dangerous radioactive nuclear waste. Fix-It reminds you that any extra limbs resulting from exposure to radiation are also contracted to work on project assembly. Fix-It also reminds you that willful exposure to radiation will not result in any bonuses regardless of how many functional limbs it produces.
What?
Project
If I have
part
extra
number 7,
limbs,
the
I should get
magnetic
paid
field
more.
generator, should enter production as soon as possible. Any unnecessary delays will be noted.
Alright, well. If I grow extra limbs, they're not going to pay me more, so what's the point? Okay. I guess we are R&Ding this now. This feels like my music's a little bit too loud. So turn it down one tiny little notch. There we go. Alright. This is running fine. What we're gonna do... Alright, we got nuclear power now. Let me see if there's something else on that on the list. Actually, I should have. Well, I have 13 minutes. I've got to do a little R&D. Basically, I need to, because I'm not gonna go as crazy as you nerd fighting and build all raw input. Like, I'm already making like aluminum somewhere, so I don't want a bauxite input in my nuclear plant. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop the blueprint designer that I got. I know it looks a little wonky, but I'm gonna disassemble it when I'm done. And then we are going to throw down some ground floor blue. Oh no, I don't want those ones. I want just a 5x5 concrete floor. Here we go. And what I kind of want to do is the same thing I did with the aluminum production before I made that blueprint, is I want to lay out the buildings I need for nuclear power in a single production node and then compress them in the blueprint designer. So by like rearranging them and using the different flooring. So what I'd like to do is first... We're going to start from the end and work our way backwards. So first is a nuclear power plant. Ta-da. Alright, nuclear power plant needs some kind of fuel. Uranium fuel rods or nuclear... or fixonium, and I'm not going to do fixonium because that's tier 6 or phase 5. So the power plant requires... Are they made in an assembler? Control rods are, but the fuel rods I think are going to be in like a manufacturer. Yeah. I recognize that. I'm just kind of like one build it, like mentally doing it, and then I'll add the math in. That's the game plan. So uranium fuel rod, but the math definitely helps for when I actually put stuff down. No, no. You're good. It helps because Otherwise, I'd have to look up the math anyways, so you're saving me a Google search. Alright. So this needs one manufacturer at least. The manufacturer makes the fuel rod. Easy. I need 50 encased uranium cells. So it needs a blender, definitely. So we need one blender. For the encased uranium cell. We need a refinery. A constructor. Well, okay, so concrete can come in. I can make concrete at wherever the limestone is, so that's not an issue. Yeah, I can make concrete wherever the limestone is, so I'm not gonna make concrete in the blueprint. That's not necessary. Sulfuric acid, I think. I don't want to do that. I think sulfuric acid I can make in the blueprint because it's a refinery. I need what? I need room for a manufacturer, a blender, a refinery for the acid, so I can just bring in water and sulfur. And this has to come in this way. So we're gonna go with the pipeline Mark II here, and we'll stick it in the blender. This has no solid output. Well, I mean, you've been working on, uranium. You've been working on nuclear power for weeks, so I imagine you have a lot of the math kind of ingrained in your brain for these blueprints. It's helpful. It's helpful for me, that's for sure. Okay. So this is making sulfuric acid. So now raw inputs needed are sulfur, water. I'm gonna paint this blue so that we know water is blue. And you know, why not? Let's paint this bad boy yellow for sulfur. Concrete needs to come in. Sulfur, water, concrete. A starfire. All right. There's what's the quote again? There's water in coffee. There's little pools of water in pizza. Thank you. And welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. I saw that a Star Song. I have a hard time because he has his real name in my head. Star Song is out in space at the moment, so I hope he's having a good time. And it's not too crazy. So uranium needs to come in. That's obvious. Goes without saying. And then we'll paint this green because uranium. I'm sure I'll remember all these inputs. Sulfuric acid, that's already being made. Concrete, we're gonna ship in. Uranium is a raw resource, and then the sulfuric acid kicks more of itself out. So we're gonna do the valve trick again that we're using in the refinery, and limit the sulfuric acid output. Like maybe we'll use like a buffer tank, and then limit it, and then after the valve we'll prime it for like a few cycles, and then we'll stick that pump right past the valve so that the full tank will only ever output. Oh no. How did you get 5,000 points already? Did I under... Oh no. That's horrifying. I clearly underestimated the points cost of that. Well, so this isn't a building that I'm working on, so I need to go to the closest... Oh no. Oh, it's horrible. I can't pasta. That's not a facility. I can't do it. It's not fair. Because I'm gonna take that down. What do I... Alright, well. I'm gonna need to adjust that price, that's for damn sure. Oh, I gotta put my hover pack on. This is gonna allow for maximum pasta. This facility was so pretty. Utterly horrifying. Where's this in there? Oh, this is all... You have no idea. Yeah, especially when I need to like upgrade the belts when I get the next tier. But I was closest to my main facility, so now I have to do it to the main facility. I thought that would be a harder one to achieve, I'm not gonna lie. I'm beta testing these in 4 ways. Oh dear. I just hope I put a limit on the redeem counter on that. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, these copper sheets, I guess, can get pastified. Oh, I forgot, these are, I can easily clip with these. Yep, that makes... Where... I forgot where I'm supposed to put this. I forgot where this goes now. In here? Is it in here or out from here? It's out from here. This makes these. I guess there? And that can't be a right angle because that's just silly. Yeah, I can probably put it on stream too. I installed some plugins to let me have a counter on screen. I did it mainly for like a death counter on Elden Ring, but this is a horrifying prospect to think that this will be used more than once. I thought 5,000 was like a sizable chunk. This is my best work yet. I'm gonna postify until I run out of these belts. That's really what it boils down to. Oh, that's a monstrosity. It's so many screws, and I don't even realize where they go in and out anymore. Oh, it's such a mess. Oh, thank God, I'm out of aluminum sheets. Oh, but I need to hook this one up too. Wait. This has to. It's just such a monstrous. After this stream, I'm gonna change that channel point redeem cost. I think that's right. I hope that's right. All right, Starfire, is that spaghetti enough for you? I think that's a fair. I used all of my available belts. I mean, it's likely to happen. Like, when I come to upgrade these belts, because these, I'm not going to touch these for a hot minute, right? But when I finish the roof, build the next floor, and then come to upgrade the belts, this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be a horrible nightmare. I don't even know where... The screws are moving so fast that I don't even know which direction they're really going. This, I don't... Oh, don't make me unpasta the pasta. That would be even worse. That's such a time waste. Like, this is... Why did I do this? This is... Well, the pasta brain can't be reasoned with. The pretty I don't mind. Like, that's the reason why the building actually looks kind of nice now and has walls and windows. But the pasta... Pasta's gonna be so much worse in Factorio next week when I'm building stuff. Because I'm gonna be trying to finish the game, so I'm kind of gonna be rushing around and like keeping things relatively compact, and yeah, it's gonna be quite the wild ride. Okay, now I've also lost my train of thought. What was I doing? 10 uranium, 3 concrete, sulfuric acid. Yeah, that's right. I was gonna do a valve buffer input. So the sulfuric acid needs a buffer. I'm gonna do a fluid buffer. And then... And then once the... I guess not once the buffer's full. I think we have to do it like this. Add a split here. Right? Is this the right way to do this, where I have a buffer? And then I limit the sulfuric acid coming in here to 10. So that's kind of the way to do that, I think. Concrete, uranium, sulfuric acid, I have inputs for those. Water, sulfur, I have input for those. So that's the encased uranium cell. The industrial beams, easy, like wherever I'm at, I can make those. Electromagnetic control rods. AI limiters. And stators. And I can make just iron ore stators, which is nice. So I'll need to make AI limiters. But I mean, I need 2. Maybe I do bring the limestone in because I need concrete in 2 places. So if I need concrete in the blender, 15 per minute, and I need concrete in here, and it's 1 a minute, so I need like 16 point... No. 1.2 of these. Oh, so I need like a constructor. Making concrete. So I can just bring limestone in. So we're gonna do another Paint it just so I have an idea. So it's limestone. This needs to be concrete. And it makes 15 a minute. So maybe I do like two of these doing concrete. I'm not really worried about the ratios, but then I need an assembler. And the assembler makes the encased industrial pipes. Man, so I'm obviously not putting the generator in the reactor in the blueprint, so that's not a problem. So I guess space-wise, it was a little bigger than I was thinking, but it's not actually that big. No, there we go. Okay, so an assembler making these means maybe I do raw inputs. Maybe that's the way to make this actually make sense. So if I do raw inputs, I'm gonna run an ad real quick so we get rid of the pre-rolls. If we do raw inputs, we need iron coming in. I would need another, like, 2... How many constructors do I need to make 24 pipes? It feels like a lot. Iron pipe. 25 a minute, and I need, what, 24? So 100 iron ingots a minute, so that's actually fine. So if I bring in iron ingots, I actually do pretty well here. So I can make 2 of these dedicated to iron pipes. So we do encased industrial beams and stators. Because stators are the electromagnetic control rods. We need another one of these guys for the electromagnetic control rods. And then for stators, I need another constructor making iron wire. Then I need another assembler making stators. So, hold on. So first, what did I need to do? This is the encased industrial beam. So if I'm gonna do this right, I gotta actually do this right. So manufacturer is going to be the end of the line, basically, because we output this cell. No, I want to make sure to do this. Copy. Get rid of. Paste. So, the encased uranium cell. Is that what the blender's making? Yes. So encased uranium cell. Oh right. Oh, okay, no. I did this the wrong way. So I need to do, the valve needs to be a lot further back. What? There we go. There. So I think the valve then needs to be... We only need 10 per minute. We're outputting 10 a minute, but we need 40. So the valve needs to limit to 30. There we go. Um, and then I need 15 concrete coming into this blender. So if the game plan is to make 30 concrete on site, there we go. So we have limestone in concrete. Come on. Okay. So raw uranium is basically a given. And I think it only has to come in here. So raw uranium, concrete, and then I guess only one of these need to be dedicated to concrete. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's compact it as much as we can to give more building room here. Alright, there we go. So concrete. I'm going to output the concrete to the blender. The blender, or no, this is the manufacturer. Concrete, uranium, sulfuric acid. That's all sorted. Sulfur and water, those are raw input resources. We've got those covered. The next thing we need to do, because that's the encased uranium cell. Now we need encased industrial beams, which takes an assembler. So we're going to grab an assembler. Do this, and we're going to go encased industrial pipe because that's the one I can make very simply. So I need 20 concrete. I think I need two. I technically need two constructors, but I can get away with overclocking one. We overclock one to 20. We only need 20. Alright, so that makes it kind of exactsies. And then I need steel pipes. So do this, copy this, paste this. We're going to change this one to steel pipes. Get rid of this. Put this on the outside line. I did not mean to copy the settings. Do 1, set it to 20. And then what that should do is I need an input of $36 steep. Oh no, I need to change this. It was the iron pipe. So I need 100. I need 100 iron, And this makes the concrete, the encased industrial beam, makes 4 a second. Or 4 a minute, and I need 1.2 per minute. Hey, Zorda, how's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope your builds. Right now I am doing the rough sketch to compress nuclear power into a blueprint. So I've got my blueprint designer right here. I'm doing the very rough, build stuff out on a platform, and then I'll take all of these buildings that I build here for an entire line and compress it into a blueprint. So we're kind of in the R&D phase at the moment. Effectively. So we're at encased industrial beams. We only need 1.2 a minute. So I actually need way less here. 7.2 steel pipes and 6 concrete. Hey, thanks for the follows, Lord. I really appreciate it. Nice, yeah. Phase two is a lot of fun. I think it's like this is one of the really early phases that gets you hooked because it forces you to scale. Because phase 1, you can kind of handcraft nearly everything, right? You can get away with hand loading stuff and whatever. But phase 2 is when it's like you need 1,000 smart platings. You're like, okay, game. I get what you're getting at. Yeah, you'd mentioned that when we were chatting the other day, which is great. It's still you can hand load machines without hand crafting. So, whoa, hey, thanks for the prime, man. I really appreciate that. That means an absolute boatload. Because I'm still brand new to streaming, so I'm on day 14, I think. So I'm still getting the handle on stuff. So there's not a ton of rewards for it, but I'm going to be using it to improve the stream and get emotes and contacting artists and everything. So I really appreciate that. It means a ton. Okay. And I think that gets our daily goal done too, which is awesome. I just have the one daily. Oh no. Don't tell them about the pasta. That's... They need to find it over time and then ruin my life. Alright. So, I only need 1.2 encased industrial beams a minute for this to run. Which means I can use the steel beams that this is making. The steel pipes that this is making. Because now this only needs... 7.2. So that means I have 16.8 steel pipes available to work with. I also know, Zora, that we're in roughly the same time zone, so this can hopefully you'll be around a little bit more and we can discuss the factories. If you check my schedule next week, I've got I've got 12 hours scheduled for Factorio, but I'm probably gonna play 16 to 18 hours, all things considered. Knowing me, knowing how my own brain works. I appreciate it, man. That means a lot. So I'm already getting the encased... Wait. How many encased industrial cells does this make? 25. Okay. So it's enough for it to run one of these. So this is fine. The encased industrial beams are now sorted, so now we need the electromagnetic control rods, which is an assembler. And this is only 3 in a manufacturer, so this is good. So the control rods need stators, which is another one of the assemblers. We're going to do a stator. 5 a minute. How many rods do I need? Only 2 rods a minute, and this makes 4, so I can put this to 50%. I only need 3 stators a minute, and this makes 5 stators a minute. So with all of this clocked down, I can make this run pretty well. Only need 9 pipes, 8 wires. I'm already making the pipes, so all I need is the wires. So we do like this. We do iron wires here, which means we only need to bring in like 150 iron ingots or something for this whole thing. Wait, I don't even need that many wires, do I? 24 wires a minute? We're making 22. All right, I can do a little overclock. Here's 25. Good measure. Still not that many iron ingots. And then the stators come out of here and go in there for the rods. And then AI limiters. So I'll need copper and caterium. So then it needs another... I'm going off foundation here. It needs another... one of these guys to make the AI limiters. 100 quick wire is actually not that much. It looks like a lot, but just a couple of smelters and constructors will do that. And then 5 copper sheets a minute. So we need these 2. We're gonna do this a little bit further out here. I know this looks horrifying right now, but again, this is just R&D. This is like the planning, making sure I've got everything like ready to go. I need 25 copper sheets a minute. So I think I can get away with one of these fully overclocked. Yeah. Okay. So I could do that. It would cost me like 2 buildings and an overclock, or 3 buildings. So I want to make sure, because I have pretty good access to power shards, I want to make sure that I limit the number of buildings I have in a single factory block. To that, and then it is the quick wire, and the quick wire is caterium ingots, 60 a minute, and I need 100, right? 100 a minute. So there we go. 100 a minute. So that needs only 20 caterium, which I think is 2 smelters, because they smelt at a lower rate. That's like 1.5 smelters. Alright, I think that's everything in its proper ratios to build the fuel cells. Alright, am I going crazy? Electromagnetic control rods, because it only needs 3 items. The beams. So the inputs are going to be... all of this is just to make the fuel rod. just one production node for the fuel rod. And then you got to drop the plants down. And I think this... what Nerd Fighting was mentioning earlier is I think this production chain makes enough to run 5 of those the power plants. So if I drop like 3 of these in a row, which I think maybe one uranium miner will support. If I can drop 3 of these, that'll put me 15, which will give me a ton more power. Bye, train. So yeah, it's not too shabby. There's a little bit of waste in this build just because I have stuff clocked down for the sake of maintaining a single production node, which I like to do when I do like really compact blueprints. So let's start the blueprint designer. We're gonna go with a wall. We're gonna go with the foundation. I probably did it the wrong way, actually. Let's fix that here in a second. I need to do the wall on top of the foundation. Actually, hold on. I can save myself a little vertical space if I don't add the foundation to this build. I think I'm gonna do that, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, so what I do need to do is add a foundation here, though. Because for a build that's this complex, I think it's necessary to have a logistics floor. A floor that's like dedicated to just moving the parts around. So we're going to get rid of the wall here, and we start from the back. So we're going to start at the manufacturer, and we're going to output just like on the edge. That's as far as I can get it. So there we go. Alright, manufacturer. Into the manufacturer needs to go, the blender needs to plug into the manufacturer and then leave room to backfill some of the sulfuric acid. An assembler. I know that feeling. Hey Zorda, I'm about to run a 1-minute ad. Since your subscription, if you refresh, make sure you do that so you don't get the ad. I want to make sure the pre-rolls are off for people so that they can come in and check stuff out without getting the pre-roll ads. So make sure you get your refresh done. I'm gonna run an ad here in a few seconds, so just as a heads up. Perfect. Because I just, I want people to get the benefits that they do have while I work on stuff, and I'm like many people, and I'm not a huge fan of ads. So here we go. Okay. So in the manufacturer, we need to plug in 2 assemblers and a blender. So let's keep that in mind here. So the blender. So the blender, I can actually, if I leave a little, actually no, because I have a logistics floor. Can I get away with this? Is this too close? I need the, so this needs to output the encased in, yeah. So it's also going to output sulfuric acid. So I want a floor hole right here. Alright, so that's pretty easy. And because I'm using the logistics floor, and this takes 2 solids and a liquid. Oh, I forgot the refinery is the other large building that this takes. So I sort of want all of the raw inputs to come in on one side. So we're gonna do sulfuric acid, needs water and sulfur. Concrete being built in the thing. Catch that guy real quick. So the refinery is making the we're gonna go with the pipeline floor hole. We're gonna grab room to work here. This is gonna output 50 sulfuric acid. So I actually want, or need, I guess, a fluid buffer here, because this refinery is not going to be running very often. But I do need to prime it, and I do need to have like a backup so it doesn't stop, because this is a power system. So because it's a power system, okay, I want this a little bit further forward. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Majorgi? I mean, to be fair, it's not on schedule. It's the same time I usually stream, but it's I'm supposed to be off today, but the wife went to go get a haircut, so I am taking that time to build a factory. You know how it goes. Hope you're having a good weekend. Slay wife. Yep. Or wait, is that an order? I should not slay wife. Water in, sulfur in. Set mine to work. On a Saturday? Cruel and unusual punishment. Or it's a Sunday, wait. It's Sunday here too, I just forgot because I don't remember what days or what. So this outputs the sulfuric acid, which goes in here. No, I got you by 6 minutes. Take that. This only outputs sulfuric acid. So we're going to pipeline floor down. I guess we can get all the way over here to give ourselves a little bit of... Well, actually, do we want room? This needs concrete and uranium. The uranium is raw. So... let's do the uranium just right here. And just so that I remember that, maybe I'll do it this way. Maybe I'll do organization and we'll just do like a little sign. A little sign right here. I don't have quartz crystal. I have raw quartz. It's just a bunch of Europeans and Australians here. Thanks, Zorda. Yeah, I like to do, once you start building the really complex stuff, because I remember you mentioned when we were chatting the other day, you'd mentioned that you usually got to aluminum and stopped, if I'm not mistaken. That might have been somebody else, but I'm pretty sure that was you who mentioned that, like, you get to the aluminum and then, yeah, you kind of stop. And I feel like it's right about that point that you start to, like, force yourself to learn some of the new little tricks that the game, that you can do to give yourself a lot more breathing room. And one of them is logistics floors. So giving yourself just a little gap, and what you do is you send everything down and you sort it all out down here, so you don't have to weave it around buildings. Like, I'll take a little break from this real quick. I kind of want to show this. Oh yeah. It's I like to have as small a gap as possible because it's very possible that on this particular build, what we'll do, is I'm going to put a floor up here, or maybe this will be stacked like three floors of constructors and assemblers, and that's going to be the other parts of this build. So like the encased industrial beams and everything. So in this particular playthrough, I actually have. So this is the mega factory as it sits now. Somebody was horrible enough to redeem my channel point reward that I thought was priced expensively, and it was wrong. That I called pasta. And what it does is it forces me with whatever building I'm in to pastify all the belts. So when I have to come back and upgrade all the belts here, I'm going to be lost as to what goes where. I also have one called Pretty, a channel redeem called Pretty, which kind of forced me to stop whatever like efficiency I'm working on and make something pretty and like give it some aesthetic appeal. So that's how we got this, these walls and everything, because this used to just be a big gray box with a couple of open floors. Because I'll be playing a handful of factory games, and I tend to like zero in on what I'm doing in factory games and not care as much about the aesthetics, but still caring about pasta. So I thought they would be fun channel point rewards, because these are the types of games I play. I'm also going to have a few specific ones for like Elden Ring, because I like to play the Elden Ring randomizer. So yeah, I have a friend who streams, who's a VTuber streamer, kind of PNG tuber, and he'll come in and raid me occasionally. Hypertubes are so much fun. He'll come in and raid me occasionally, and as a result, I got some of his people coming in, getting a bunch of channel points, and postifying my thing. So, I mean, I guess they're technically my people now if they're using that many points. So this setup isn't complete. This is simply very interim, but this is a tiled version of aluminum that makes 1,440 aluminum ingots a minute. And I've got the same kind of like short logistics floor underneath. So we built in like an absolute boatload of all this, all the raw materials we need. And then it just processes through everything in individual kind of bricks. But this is like an example of how I like to use logistics floors, like really short logistics floors, because you just basically ignore the buildings. You get a bunch of room to work with down here. Man, like that's the fun of this game, is like everybody can play at their own pace. This is like my third playthrough of 1.0 now, because I decided I did one playthrough where I got to the end and I beat the game, and then I did one playthrough where I had to get 1,000 fix-it coupons, and then one playthrough where this is my on-stream playthrough. It's a little different. So I'm doing some stuff that you normally don't have to do, but might be fun to try that I haven't done in a while, like nuclear power. But hypertubes are Probably one of my... They're not the fastest way to get around, but they're like one of my favorites. It's what sold me on the game initially. In like 0.3 or 0.4 when I played it. I was like, all right, cool. You build factories. It's kind of first person. That's sort of neat. And then like I get to phase 2 and you get hypertubes. I'm like, what the hell is a hypertube? And I put a hypertube up and I was like, it's just a tube. And then I like read and you had to like power the entrance. And I was like, oh, okay. And I powered it while I was standing next to it. And it sucked me in and shot me off the top of my like 10-story factory. And I died, and I was like, this is hilarious. I love them. I didn't know how they worked. I didn't know what an entrance was. I thought like I'd have to click on it or something. But yeah, I usually build very kind of separated buildings because I'm like I can be kind of achievement focused without realizing it sometimes. So I'll like, oh, it's not necessary to ship everything. I'll just do everything elsewhere. But this time I've decided I'm going to build a mega factory, which I've never done in this game. So I'm shipping a lot of my resources in to be processed into their respective bits and bobs. So this is a bit of the this is the first floor of the mega factory. I think we're making motors, heavy modular frames, and computers. It depends on the resource. This was built with a blueprint that I use for like city blocks. Like this. And that gives me a logistics floor above. So the second floor is all a logistics floor. And then I have one of the city block copies that is a smelting city block. And what it does is it's got foundries for 2 imports and 2 outputs that will do like steel foundries or iron foundries. So raw copper and raw iron get shipped in, but like I don't want the absolute boatload of constructors I need to process like quartz, for example. So if you look over there, you'll see a 3-story 30 constructor tower for processing quartz into silica, and then this train ships the silica in. I think it really depends on the resource and like how much space the resource will take up. But I think right here I'm making like 5,000 or 6,000 iron ingots a minute in those smelter blocks, and then a couple of and then 900 like steel a minute or something like that. So, and then this is where all the plastic comes from over in my fuel refineries over there. And then each of these is a blueprint I have that does 480 iron ingots. So I'm just like, you know, might as well run these in, process them in 30 smelters, and then send them off as just ingots. So it's very dependent on what the need is at the moment. But the main idea is I want to do most of my production in the mega factory. Okay. So, this is going to make 50 sulfuric acid. And I need that to go into the blender. I am hydrating. With water and energy drinks, it counts. Let's do a floor hole here. Grab this guy. Nope. Grab this guy. Floor hole. And so this is going to be the main production line for is the sulfuric acid. Yeah. Just give myself a little bit of room to work with here. Just so I know it's sulfuric acid. I'm gonna paint it. That gives me a good reference point. Honestly, you redeeming Hydrate Starfire, by the way, is great because that's 100 less points you have towards 100 points you have less towards pastifying my factories. He's out there, you know, have you seen those lizard doggos? They're out there committing war crimes. So this is going to be the uranium one. So what we need to do is we're going to go organization. Do this. And I'm going to select the icon as uranium ore. There we go. So that's uranium. That's what the input's going to be. And then this input, I think, is concrete. Which I think comes from the rest of the build. That is very turned sideways. Nice. Expanded power infrastructure is that the fuel generators? I never know the names off the top of my head of the individual milestones. Oh, battery. I forget about batteries every time. Because I think it's so important to like overproduce power that I space on batteries. So this is going to be concrete. I'm building concrete on site. So this is, we're going to output sulfuric acid at 50 a minute. And I think this needs 40 a minute. Wait, is this a contained loop? Do I need the valves? If I'm making 50 and it takes 40, no, I'm overproducing. I just let my entire factory shut down like a real man. No, I don't do that. And then solve all the problems because it shut down all the water generators, and then I have to go back and reprime all the water pumps because there's no more water in the system once it all shuts down. Yeah, no, it's a really bad idea to do that. I am making 50 here. And then this outputs 10. So what I want to do is I actually want to stick a I want to put a valve right here. And what that's going to do is I'll be able to limit the input because this is running 50 a minute of sulfuric acid, but the input will get clogged. Do I care if this input gets clogged? Yes, I do, because there's an output. That's why. I knew I wasn't too greatly. This will output 50. I want this to stop at 40. So it should fill up these pipes relatively quickly. And then I want to do one of these guys. Why in the world? Am I using the wrong pipeline mode? Oh, I'm using Noodle. Yep, I'm using the wrong pipeline mode. There we go. So we'll do like this, get rid of this. I'm gonna plug these in here. I need to hook this up and then add a valve before that hookup. So the limit that comes through here is 40. Wait, do I want the limit to be 30? Yes. I want the limit to be 30. So that way, the 10 that it outputs will never get stopped. So it should always get prevented by this valve. The 10 will have room to go through. The 30 that are coming through makes for an even thing. And what will happen is the refinery will back up producing sulfuric acid eventually, once this fills up. And then it should be consistent. Like once this fills up and it's got like a full flow, the valve will be working at 100% efficiency. So that's the goal there. So we've got the inputs and outputs sorted for the blender. I need sulfur and water for the sulfuric acid. So I think because I'm right here on the edge, what I'll do is we're just gonna run the sulfur directly in. Fluid mechanics have made a point that fluid shouldn't input from below, or input shouldn't be the highest point in the pipe. That means that will mess up some flow thing when using valves. Yes, and that is why I have a fluid buffer, because fluid buffers give you a built-in head lift. And the head lift is, like, on these ones, I think is 8 meters, so it's, like, right about here. So this should act like a fluid tower, and all head lift requirements coming down, like this, should be removed. But yeah, valves can be really wonky. I wish they worked like exactly how they seemed like they worked, but they don't. I've never noticed that being a problem. I'm actually kind of fine with that in this particular. Wait. If it's filling this pipe. And then using it. Like, this is the pipe that it fills up. So if I run into issues, I could put a pump right here. And that'll force work pressure into the machine at maximum. But the idea is I need this flow to be limited so that this has room to output. That's the main thing. But for these liquids, I have to use a... I think that's mitigated by the fluid buffer. I'm pretty sure that's mitigated by the fluid buffer. Because the machines, I don't think the machines they have what's called work pressure, but not head lift, except for the water pump has head lift. They have what's called work pressure, which fills up. Like it'll overtake a certain amount of like gravity force that the liquids have. You could be absolutely right, and I'm borking this, but I definitely, based on how I'm compressing this, I have to put the fluids into the logistics floor. I can't run them above. Yeah. I hope you're wrong, but if you're not, then I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't. It certainly could be problematic, so I could probably just stick a pump or, you know, do some other shenanigans to force it. So this needs just sulfur. Grab this guy. Copy this, and we'll paste that, and then we'll change this to sulfur. Maybe paint that. Water. Water's pretty easy. And then water in. So now we have, for raw resources in, we have uranium, sulfur, water. Next on the route here. That covers the sulfuric acid. Concrete's also covered. Uranium's a raw input. So next, we gotta do... Oh, I should choose the thing. Encased industrial beams and electromagnetic control rods. So the assemblers next, I suppose? Yeah, no worries. I appreciate the lurk, sorta. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna do this. I don't really actually have a lot of room to work with here. So if I were to do, say, oops. How many assemblers do I need? 3? 1, 2, 4? I may have misestimated. I may have estimated poorly on my space. I mean, it depends. It depends on where I can get with, Actually, hold up. Foundations. How much can I get? How much of a floor can I get here? Because I don't want to clip. Like, I could easily just clip through the refinery and get a lot of room. Yeah, it's only Mark II, which is a bit rough, but... But F it, we ball, right? That's what the kids say these days. Oh, I'm not, I have no power. I have no power! Foundation stairs? That is not right. Hopefully, I get a lot of room here. Okay. I'm kind of game for that. That's all right. Really not bad. And if I wanted, I could put more stuff up here and like leave this for as a, like another logistics area because the pipes are taking too much of the bottom. Yeah, I could get behind that. So assemblers. How much room do I have above these machines? Not a lot, but could certainly be worse. Oh wait, hold on. This might be a better way. This might be a good way to save space. This needs encased industrial beams and the electromagnetic control rods. So if I, instead of using the below floor, if I take the lift hole and put it right there and right here, and then we just come down from here like that. Then I just need the two assemblers to output to those specific places. Get to this. Take it out. So if we do encased industrial beams here, and we're doing the pipes. There might not be room for all the constructors I need to build. I can build like what, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need one more assembler, right? Do I really need 4 assemblers? I guess the other option... Can I clip? No. Come on. Look at me here. There we go. How much can I compress this? Well, pretty well actually. Hold up. So I can go like this. So this has to be the encased industrial beams, and this has to be the electromagnetic control rods. No. Yeah, okay. That's what these two are. So this has to be the electromagnetic control rods. So then what I need is the stators. 2, 3, 4. Stators can be built. Can I save a little bit of room? If I do this, can I save myself like a teensy bit of space? Yes. Save myself a little bit of floor space here. So we're gonna do the encased industrial beams here. 1, 2, 3. I don't need this one anymore. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. Oh boy. I'm gonna set another 1-minute ads for the pre-roll so get turned off. You got the little Stream Deck app, so I can just press it now. It's great. Okay. This needs to be limited to 1.2. So I can do way less of these. AI limiters. This can be limited to 2. But I mean, I could just prettify like the trains. I mean, they look pretty as they are, but I'll probably end up building the foundation of the mega base pretty. Don't make me unspaghetti that yet. That'll take a million years. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd have to add all of the aesthetic changes to the compression. I'm working on a blueprint, so I figured it's not really a building, but yeah, if that's what you would desire, that would work out. I would do that. 1.2. I only need 2 of the control rods. Oh wait, what am I? This one is not control rods. So rude. So this would actually want to be, what, like stators, I guess? Because these are the rods. So yeah, I guess this would be stators. And I only need 3 stators a minute. Yeah, quite thoughtful of you, nerds, I think. So I want these. This is gonna be, it'll be a little bit like messy, air quotes, but it's gonna be fun. Actually, that's pretty clean, all things considered. Stators. I'm not gonna have room. Well, actually, now that I think about it, that's not fine. How do I... Wait. How am I gonna do this? So the AI limiters need to come in here. So I guess that'll be like around that outside. like all on the ceiling here. And then this is the encased industrial, or no, this is the stators traveling in. Alright, that gives me a little bit of working room here. Didn't need to do that. Okay. So, that's stators. So I need AI limiters now. So the one more assembler is AI limiters. Oh, this is getting hectic is what it is. So AI limiter, and I don't need 5 a minute, I don't think. I only need 2 a minute. Okay. So the AI limiter is clocked down to 40. And then I need to output it to the control rod assembler, which is this one. And so that needs to go out to here. A little bit of clipping, but I actually don't mind that because it's like mostly unseen. Doesn't really bother me that much. It's like on the ceiling. It's the corner of the blender. There we go. So that's all the assemblers jammed in here. I guess I need to now do the raw materials for these assemblers. This one's covered. Stators and AI limiters. That's good. Steel pipes, wires. Okay, so now I go back to... If I look at everything I've built the manufacturer, I've built the blender, I've built the refinery, I've built all of this stuff. Sloops make things crazy, but they're limited. That's the biggest problem with like going absolutely mental with them. They are limited. Like power shards in tier 6 you can craft them. You can like make, or in phase 5. I keep saying tier 6, but it's in phase 5. Power shards you can make what do you call it? Synthetic power shards. So you don't actually need to find slugs or anything. But Summer's Loops, there's only, what, 111 or 126 or something in the world, some crazy number. Relatively low. And I like to use those for the power boosters, because the power boosters are sick. One, two, three, four, five, 6. I need to cram 6 constructors in here. What was I thinking? I was remembering that constructors are kind of small, so this is okay. I mean, there's 6 constructors built. How tall are assemblers? Can I get away with, like, this, actually? I know constructors aren't that tall, so I could probably even... Okay, this might be a godsend. No! No! The tiny light! The light. No! Stupid light. Please don't clip. Please don't clip. Please don't clip. It doesn't. Constructor. There's never been a problem. Everything's fine. Four. And I don't actually even technically need to put them where they are right now. I mean, yeah, like 5, 6. So that's all 6 constructors necessary for the build. I'm not clipping egregiously through anything. I have a bunch of logistics room on the outsides of these buildings, so that's fine. Alright. There we go. That's pretty good. Okay, so then what I want to do is, let's work this through one assembler at a time. So this assembler, stators and AI limiters making electromagnetic control rods, is done. I need a constructor making steel pipes, and I need 9... 16.2 steel pipes. Well, it's 17 for good measure. Because with all this extra space, if I can cram just sending raw iron in and smelting it with like 2 smelters or something, or 3 smelters, that would be great. So I'll probably just smelt iron on site though. That's not difficult. So then this constructor, I'm going to copy the settings, get rid of this constructor, move it over a little bit, give myself a little extra room. I've got a lot of my raw stuff coming in over here, so if I have something in the corner doing iron, will this work actually? Am I being a little too ambitious with this one? Oh, I have so much room up here for constructors, actually. Okay. Come on. There we go. Oh, how is that clipping very badly? Yes. Mildly upset. That's also clipping quite badly, but not... No, that's pretty bad. So if I don't do it on the corner, because that's not going to work. I could do it right here. And then we'll bring it down right there. And then these still need a lot of stuff going in. What do these need? Steel pipes and wire. Oh, so these are going to come from above, actually. So I don't even need these here. So we're going to do half foundations. Oh man, I have so much room to work with. That means I have... I need... Wait, how much raw iron do I actually need in this build? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I need like 68 raw iron. I only need raw iron. I need raw iron ingots for one thing, and it's these steel pipes. So if these steel pipes need 68 iron ingots a minute, then what I can do is I can require... No, I'm just gonna smelt it. If it's 68, I'm gonna just smelt on site. That's just so much easier. So I'm gonna do this. We'll do like this, I guess. So if I go up here... No, that's a little too wonky. So this needs to be iron ingots. So I can actually go, we can do this, grab one of these, take this, oh, I actually can't because of this right here, which is concrete. But I don't need concrete, I need limestone. Could just bring in concrete, couldn't I? Couldn't I just bring in concrete? Concrete's easy to produce on site with the limestone node. But then again, so's iron. So I need iron ingots. My brain is no braining. My brain stopped braining many brains ago. How do one brain, no brain? This isn't terribly entertaining, but it no work no more. I don't know how to. So I already decided, because I have constructors for it, that I'm bringing in raw limestone. So as a result of that decision, and then the epiphany comes, and I realize what I'm trying to think of. Um. Oh, we'll do this. We're gonna grab this guy, do this, copy these settings and paste them, and then we're gonna change this to actually, now that I realize what I want to do, for any inputs that are happening that are raw, that are coming from externally, I want to put the amounts I want. Anything else coming from external? No, that's concrete. That's an internal. So I'm gonna put a little square sign here. Select the icon for concrete. And then I'm gonna change the layout because the background ruins everything. There we go. Okay. Water. How much water does this need? 50 water a minute. That's easy. Water. 50 a minute. This needs sulfur. How much sulfur does this need? Copy the settings here. Sulfur. It needs 50 sulfur a minute. So we're gonna do sulfur. Icon, and we're gonna go sulfur. 50 a minute. I did not mean to hit enter. This needs iron ingots. It needs 68 iron ingots a minute. Paste. I'm gonna select iron ingots. I don't like... Oh, I kind of like this though, actually. We set this to an up arrow. That's a little bit more. And this is also going to be an up arrow. And then I need to put this like this. Sometimes it's about being clear. Alright. And then uranium here. How much does this need? 50 uranium a minute? Not water. So those are my inputs necessary as of right now that I have final requirements for. Thankfully, they're all on one side, which is what I want to maintain here. And having this big open space with all the buildings up here helps me do that a lot easier, which is good. Alright. So now what I want to do is wire these steel pipes to where they need to go. So this does need a split. What in the world is that trying to do? Some of the steel pipes need to go to the stator machine and some to the... So some need to go right here. That needs wires, which I'm going to be making in a constructor as well. So we're going to be like this. Put that after that bad boy. Oh, I have so much more room than I thought I was going to have. This is great. And then the other one, that is for the stators. The other one is the encased industrial beams, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and throw the conveyor hole. Let's do it right here just for good measure. Come down, I'll hook that up. I'm pretty sure that's hooked up just fine, but I'm gonna make absolute certain. Yeah, I do. Okay. Could just go on the outside here. Not very straight, but this also isn't very straight, but it's kind of a better angle. I like that better. Alright. So the steel pipes, so that's the end point of that connection, the iron input in. So iron in, that's fine. What's next? That's not the last of the iron in, actually, now that I think about it. Because I'm making iron wire here. Or I could make regular wire. Because I already have to make copper sheets with... How much wire do I need? 24 wire a minute? So I would be bringing in copper ingots as well. Kind of fine with that. So then what I want to do is this right here is going to be wires. So then I want a constructor here. I want this one doing wires and this one doing copper sheets so that the input is just copper ingots. Ingots. So then I want to make the conveyor lift down. And I missed. I could require the copper not to be on this floor, but I'm gonna require the copper to be on this floor. And I'll probably need to change that part of the blueprint because I don't really like a connector that does that, but it's not a huge deal. Paste the settings. but do it right side up. Copper ingot. I don't know how much I need yet. Can I change the text size? I don't think I can. I'll know what it means. I have the picture there. Alright. So the number of wires I need is 24. So I only need 12 copper ingots a minute. And then copper sheets needed. The AI limiter. And a minute. And I think that's just a full 100%. Yeah. So I need 32 copper ingots. My hand's in the wrong position on the keyboard. Guess I just need 32 copper ingots. Pretty small resource requirements, all things considered. It's just very dangerous. I think the wires go here. They do. And then the copper sheets go to the AI limiter one, which is right here. That is not how I wanted that to look. That is much better. Okay. So that's that. That's the raw copper in. One, two, three constructors sorted. What are the constructors left that I need to do? One concrete. I did the steel pipe one. I need 2 concrete ones? Is that it? Did the wires one. Did the sheets one. Quick wire. So I need 2. Two dedicated concrete ones. So if I do those right, like here. Not gonna work. So I don't need that much concrete, so I'm going to fix this. Fix it better than that. Fix it. Fix it. Everything's fine. I never had any issues. Alright, man, have a good walk. See you back in a bit. Concrete. I don't think I need the full run of concrete, but that's fine. Concrete, and then I need one of these dedicated to quick wire. This quick wire is relatively easy. So concrete, six concrete per minute here. And $15 concrete, 21 concrete a minute. Do I only actually need one? Oh, no, it's two. They're 15 each. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is go here. I'm gonna put the splitter right on the lift head. Some of it goes here. About 6 of it, roughly. So that's fine. And then the rest needs to get down to the bottom here. That works. So to get it to the bottom, we're gonna go through it's already coming through here, so it needs to be this is easy. We just bring it down to the bottom there. Like this. And that'll send the remainder of the concrete down. I missed that, I did. There we go. And then we'll do the logistics floor here, like so. Get rid of that guy. Alright. So now I need the raw limestone coming in, and I think it's 90. Now I want the raw all to be over here somewhere. I can probably bring it down right here. I can't bring it down right there, that's for sure. Oh, I messed up the direction somewhere. Right here. This needs to be in. Alright. That should be good, and then we will stick this right there. And then it's limestone. And then it's upside down for some reason. Limestone. And it's 90, I believe. Alrighty, so we've got copper in, limestone in, water in, sulfur, iron ingots, uranium. That covers most everything. I need, what, Caterium next for quick wire? 45 and 45, so we're making 30. I think I need 30, so that's fine. Alright. There's that. There's that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more constructor. The real question, though, if I take this away, get rid of this, bring this up to the top floor here, and then bring this up to the same. Could I then run? Yeah, I can. Alright, even better. We're gonna ignore that. So now I need a quick wire producer. Do I have these both going to where they need to go? I think I do. Yes. Alright, quick wire next. Quick wire is going to be right here. And I think I needed, I think it's 100 a minute, right? No, it's only 40 here. Alright, so for 40, that needs 8 Caterium ingots. I mean, if I get the raw lines running, like if I run a full water belt and full sulfur and full Caterium, you could tile this like 6 or 7 times with a regular belt pretty easily, maybe even more. Okay, so 40 quick wire means I need to put the hole there, down, and I think it's right here. Oh no. Oh no, it's too weirdly shaped. This, and like this, which is always an easy way to solve that problem. So, 20 quick wire. Or 40 quick wire. Caterium, I need 8 Caterium ingots, which actually means what I can do is stick a smelter right here and just bring in the raw Caterium. Like this, oh, Caterium. This makes 15. So I'd be overproducing Caterium ingots, but that's like, but not by a ton. To be fair, like one of these. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna do like 9. So I need 27 Caterium ore. Which way is up? It's never the way I'm using, so I don't know why I'm always upside down. Caterium ore. It needs to be Caterium ore. and the 27 a minute, I think. Is that right? Yep. All right, I think, if I'm not horribly mistaken, I think that this blueprint will now take in all of the listed bits and bobs and output uranium fuel rods. I think it's all actually like hooked up and everything. What? Is that true? Did I succeed? Those are hooked up, those are hooked up, that's hooked up, that's hooked up. These are hooked up, these are all routed. That's all plugged into everything, that's all plugged into everything. That's good, that's good. Those are connected. Alright. Well. I think there's nothing left to do but test it. It makes, hold on, it makes how many? 0.4 per minute. And then the power plants need a boatload of water, if I remember right. And then they output waste. Oh, right, I need a waste processor. I completely forgot about the need for a waste processor. This is goofy. 40 M3 a minute. So it uses 2 pumps for each one of these guys. And then what's the actual consumption here? Nuclear power plant Satisfactory. So one of these guys for uranium fuel rods, I make 0.2 rods a minute. Or no. The math ain't mathin'. Third Fighting mentioned 5 of these will run off of one rod for one manufacturer, I think. Something like that. But I think it's only 2. Because I'll run 0.4 a minute. And burn time is 300 seconds. So I should make enough to support 2 of these. So I can support 2 of these, which means I need 4 water pumps. So for each one of these blueprints, I can support 2. Okay. Alright. Shouldn't be that bad, actually. I'm gonna clean up our R&D area. And then not leave a box sitting there. With iron rods. And then what we're gonna do is very briefly, I need to make more quartz crystals. I don't really have anything that's adding it to my system. Just because these blueprints are gonna need them because I want to be able to put the signs on the blueprints. Okay. Alright, let's get the pre-rolls turned off. I'm gonna grab a quick bio break though. I'm pretty sure. Trash that. So I'm gonna run a quick 1-minute ad and then be on break, and I will be right back. Let me just get somewhere a little more scenic. That's a nice place. Okay. Alright, I will be right back. If this didn't turn off, I'll be right back. Alright, run. Studio. All right, thanks for that. Yeah, I thought I fixed that problem, but apparently I didn't. I'm not as good about it. Yep. Well, welcome back. I've been here, talking to myself as usual. We just need more high-speed productors, high-speed connectors.
Parts purchase confirmed. Promotion delayed by X times part value plus fix-it stock value.
Oh, wait, what? Got it. Got it. Thank you for that. I appreciate the heads up. I'm still getting the handle on this Stream Deck app that I've got on a little tablet I had left over, so I thought it switched me over, but apparently it switched the studio mode screen. Yeah, total noob. High-speed connectors, right there. There we are. Yeah, still figuring it out. It should be better from here. The main problem was when I got back from break, the tablet had died, so I had to plug it in. Which I guess like changed where everything was aligned or what it had thought about, so I want one supercomputer. I thought I was producing way more supercomputers actually. I might need to, because I need them for the AI limiters, not the circuit boards. I need high-speed connectors. No circuit boards. 14 out of 15? Yeah, why not? Okay. High-speed connectors, AI limiters. Alright. Grab these. Need to let those keep building for now. And we should be able to now craft the Mark III miners.
The Miner Mark III provides top-of-the-line resource extraction potential, making it even easier to contribute to project assembly. Project part number 8, the thermal propulsion rocket, is the most complex project part of this phase as it requires turbo motors, and thus requires your best. Fix-It didn't think pioneers such as you could get this far. I am glad we have both proven them wrong.
He's on both sides of that with me. Okay, so this node is done. I just need to put the... Alright, uranium fuel rod node. Copper ingot, 32M. Limestone, 60M. Deuterium ore, 27M. Water, 50M. Sulfur, 50M. Iron ingot, 50M. And uranium, 50M. Icon, nuclear Set the icon, save the blueprint, clear the designer. I'm gonna need space to pick all this up, aren't I? Yep, figured as much. Trash the silica because I'm making 8 quintillion of it. We'll store these. I'm gonna need the nobelisks when I go up. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna need more nobelisks now that I think about it. While that's crafting, let's kind of check around. Use the remainder of the stuff I had on hand. I will put the smaller stack away. I'll top up my rifle ammo. I don't think I need my biofuel anymore right now. These I can definitely put away. These I can definitely put away. This I can trash. Supercomputers. I just want to make sure I can grab everything. Dismantle that. Just kind of clean up my mess here in the Dune Desert. Because I don't think we're going to be back here for a hot minute once these supercomputers are built. So I am getting plastic in pretty sizable quantities, all things considered. How many of these am I making? Not enough, if I'm totally honest. So I'm making computers. I could plug the computer line in here. I could plug the plastic line in here. I could make AI limiters because I could just break the plastic line off and make them. Because I can do the plastic ones. But I don't have any quick wire here. That's the biggest issue, I think. Yeah, I don't think I can do that right at the very moment. But I'm gonna need to at some point. I need to make high-speed connectors and AI limiters, definitely. But for now, the game plan is to go get some uranium. It looks like that node that I made can support two nuclear reactors. Fell off. Nope. Being very nice. Come on, there we are. Okay. The best exploration tool are these power towers.
temperature. Compose it into a blood song.
Okay. That. Right. That was the purple one. There we go. Don't really need to worry about that. Right. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. There we go. Oh. Come on. Go up the thing. Alrighty. There's the uranium. The question is how much of the rest of the setup Did you just spit plasma at me? Not very nice. Like rude. Where am I being spit plasma from at to behind 4? There it is. Solved the problem. I delivered a lethal dose of capitalism. That's what we do in Satisfactory. Might as well grab a slug while I'm here. And not fall off. And not fall, and okay. Everything's fine. I meant to do that. So. I need to murder all the... I need to conserve all the wildlife here. Let's clarify that a little better. Ah! Ah! Upsetting. Frankly, still upsetting.
Your waves could be bigger.
Don't want to spoil it for the people in the chat that I know have not seen it yet. Alright, he did. Sorry, he's been conserved. I am also being conserved. Conservated against. That's the uranium. I don't want to be there. Ah, he's stuck in the wall. That checks out. Get out of the wall, you. Hey, get out the wall. I said get out of the wall. He's just stuck in there. Oh, I need turbo motors for these stupid things? That's right. I forgot about that. Consider me mildly upset. But only mildly. Alright, we'll throw a sink down. Good measure. I'm still getting rocks spit at me. That's fun. And then a shop. And then turbo motors. There we go. Oh wait, I also need to buy these stupid things. That away, put that away, put those away, put that away, these away? Yeah, that's probably fine. Alright. I guess the production needs a lot of different resources. I'm not sure all of that is super available up here. Hey, he made it out of the rock. What? There we go. There's far too much radiation near all this uranium. I don't know what the deal is. Alright, so I need water. And water I have. Yeah, okay. Oh. Cool. Alright. One of those fell into the void, it looks like, so I'll just ignore that. Is there even Caterium over here? I know there's a node, like, over there, somewhere. What I kind of want to avoid, because it's horrifying, is running a belt with a bunch of uranium on it. That seems like a great way to irradiate everything. So I guess I'll just run all of the requisite belts up to here. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Invalid placement because of all of the uranium. That's right. So let's just get a little bit irradiated. Got plenty of filters for just this kind of work. And then trash the uranium. Trash the uranium. There we go. Grab some extra health nuts. I want to get these nodes out of the way so that I can build freely because they'll stop the building. Cost me 4 filters so far. Turns out when you mine an incredibly radioactive material by hand, there's a little bit of death and danger involved. Alright. I think that's all the uranium that'll get in the way of me building. Alright. Oh, that's the boombox tape. That's right. I remember that. Alright. Let's start our build, shall we? Nudge it a little bit. There we go. That's pretty sizable, but if I want to like make it real big, because you know what, why wouldn't I? I want it to just snap into place. Alright. There we go. Okay. Time to deploy the blueprint, I suppose. And all of the inputs are there, so... And this is solely as a tester blueprint. I will probably disassemble and reassemble this somewhere that makes a little bit more sense. But I want to be able to test the one node operating. I realize what the problem... I just suddenly realized how I messed up the blueprint. So we're going to edit that real quick before I put this down. I didn't power any of this. Did I not? I did, it's just taking a little bit of time to load. Okay. Power the blender, power this guy, power this guy. Go up to level 2 here. Power the assemblers. That's all of the stuff on level 2. So we'll go up to level 3. 6. I need one more power thing here. I think that's all of it. Level 1, level 2. Cool. And then this thing is still open for power, so that's good. Alright. Save the blueprint. Yes. Clear the designer. Yep. Grab the remainder. There we go. That problem is now solved. Suggestive rock inside my post factory, but okay. Alright, blueprints. I'm gonna drop the node blueprint right here. I'm gonna hook up to the power. So now this should all be turn onable. Right? Yes. I guess first things first, let us grab water. I don't want to run the uranium in quite yet. It only needs 50 water here. Alright, that's the water in. Next is iron ingots. Is there iron nearby? Don't like how long that's taken. Oh, it's all at the base of the mountain. Well, I mean, we might as well.
I have something for you. It will establish a better way for us to communicate and deepen
I
our
thought he was gonna be
understanding of
dead.
one another.
I
I've
missed
done the
one of them.
necessary developments on my end. Thank you. I am more. See you on.
Whoa. Ah. I walked right into that. Alright, there we go. You know what, actually? They're sitting right there, might as well, right? How are you alive? Excuse me, sir. Much better. Ah! Hey, where'd you come from? Sir? What in the world is happening? Why am I being attacked right now? Oh, there's a mushroom granite. Grab that actually. Call me the Novelist Sniper. Oh, there's a wreck site, actually. I want that. We really make some cluster novelisks. Those things are great. The nuke ones are surprisingly not that good. Like, they do a boatload of damage. But, they leave the area irradiated for a while, which is a little annoying to deal with. Oh, did I already collect? Oh no, I haven't done this yet. Alrighty. If you're hanging out and you're not subbed, I'm gonna run an ad so that the pre-rolls are disabled. It's only gonna be a minute though, so feel free to grab like a quick drink of water or, you know, whatever to chill out. I just want to make sure that when people come in to hang out that they are not getting the pre-roll ads. Important for me to grow and important for those people to not be miserable from ads. So and let's I like inventory slots actually a lot. Let's scan another hard drive. Actually, hold on. The sulfur line needs... I think it needs 2 hard drives to finish the turbo fuel and rocket fuel production. And I don't really need any alternate recipes right now. So I'm going to hold on to a couple of these hard drives. Not going to immediately process them. Iron ore. So there's some iron ore right... Actually, this might be pretty beneficial. I can run iron here, and I think there's a Caterium node right here somewhere. There it is, right there. So I can run both of these up. Oh, and I think there's copper over here too. And limestone. Alright, everything I need. I just need to bring up from the base of the mountain, basically. Where did I... Ah! I'm busy planning, monster. Where do you be? There you go. Alright, so we're headed that way. We're headed about 600 meters that way from here. I'm going to build, I guess, the conveyor thing. I'm gonna zoom it, actually. Oh, I forgot that I don't have any filters. Just died unnecessarily. Okay, let's explode all these so I don't die. Setting up my pyrotechnics. There we go. Nice and clean. Doing a little landscaping. You know how it be. Something something means of production. There another. I want the gas to go away, but I think it's solved for the most part. I need to do this one. Okay. There we are. I'm gonna snag this guy right here. And I think this angle still works for these. I actually want to straighten them out. Yeah, that's fine actually. This is okay. So what I need to bring up is iron, copper, limestone, caterium. Water I get up there. What else do I need actually? No, hold on. I was trying to... Sulfur. There's already sulfur up there on the other side of the mountain, so I'm going to bring that in. The uranium's already covered. Sulfur and water are up there. That's fine. Caterium I can bring from down here because there's a thing. Limestone, same. Also, I put 60 in there, but it's supposed to be 90. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, 4. This is annoying. I'll get rid of this. Go ahead and delete that. This should also cover most of the quantities I want up here too. So I can just get it full belts and then produce stuff kind of up there. Ah. Do I want to use a Mark III miner on iron? I have 2 iron nodes here, and I only need 1 belt of it. So the answer is no. I do want to max out a belt for copper and for limestone, if it's possible. I hope these aren't impure. Nope. Okay. So we're looking at 600. That's fine. Looking at 600 copper as well, which is also fine. And these 2 iron nodes. What are we looking at here? Also 600. So I want this one to be only 180, I guess. So got some messing around I can do on these, save myself a little bit of power. So 360 and 480. 840. So I need to clock down by 60 on one of these. Do this one. And that's 780 right there. So we're gonna grab a power tower. Hook that up, and then there we are. That is solved, which is good. Make sure my notes are all right about this. They seem correct. I've been joining some of the there's a little bit of discourse on threads right now about the best Final Fantasy game. Anybody who says 8 doesn't know what they're talking about. Wait, what? So we're gonna grab the 4. Alright, so iron is gonna be the bottom row. 9 was fantastic. They had some really cool characters, and the tech was really great for its time. 10 was a huge leap. But 10 was also the first PS2 versus PS1. So like 9 was at the end of its era, and 10 was at the beginning of its. But I really did enjoy 9 and 10, both of them. Nothing quite like seeing the castle stand up and be, I played also the shit out of Blitz. I played so much Blitzball. In the same way that, like, in 8, I played a lot of Triple Triad. I did not like the game. I thought the characters were really flat and uninteresting. And obnoxious in a way. But I still played Triple Triad a lot. Like, 8 had its technical prowess in some areas. In game design and like in how things worked, it usually played a little bit better than 7. But after 7, Tactics was released, which is the best Final Fantasy game ever made, and it's not even close. And Tactics released, and like after Tactics, there was like no. 8 could not hold a candle to it, as far as like the characters being interesting or engaging or having cool motivations. So, we are at iron, limestone, copper. It was cool. I don't think it was as good as Triple Triad, but it was certainly worth playing a little bit. Wait, where am I going up? Right here. Yeah, somebody had said like, "Oh, Squall was my favorite character. He was so cool, and like, I liked him so much." And I was like, are you talking about being in a tornado, like the word Squall? Because that would be better than the actual character from Final Fantasy VIII." I need to grab the Caterium from over here too. Can I fill out? Like, they tried to shoehorn in this crazy hard like romance story. And there's nothing wrong with like romancing games. I think like you can tell interesting stories a lot of different ways, but they were so unbelievable as characters. Really, really flat, really uninteresting, like weird motivations and nowhere to go. What is this? Normal? Tactics, man. Tactics are just like, it came out after Final Fantasy VII and just before Final Fantasy. Oh hey, your hair looks nice. Did you give me one? I have two now. Awesome. My wife has brought me back a snack that I bought for myself earlier, and I hadn't eaten yet, so that's funny. And you went all the way to Soka and got the stuff? What was that? Oh, Lake Town, right? Yeah. Very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's like. Wait, how am I gonna rise all of these? Hold on. I guess foundations? Not the way to do that. Or maybe it is? So I want this to go up. Right about here. And then I want this to be a little further out. Oh no, this needs to be higher up. So what I actually need to do is do this a little smarter. And route all of these up at the same level, but side by side. Foundations. I'll do like two wide foundation here. But yeah, I think that Tactics had the most fun gameplay just because it was really unique. Some of the best characters, some of the coolest abilities, and the job system was really great. I usually go through and do a replay of Tactics once every couple years. Four, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. I think that's the easiest way to get things to go straight up is do side-by-side risers. Alright, well I have all 4 of my resource types now coming in, so what I want to get rid of this real quick. Oh, thought I was picking that up. Oh, this definitely changes the layout. I was not thinking about that. It's all fine. And then we'll go up 4 here, find whatever's causing all this radiation right there. And break that. One more. Nope, one more for this. Yep. Get rid of that. We're gonna sort this. I think. Yeah, this is close enough. Oh, I'm out of my aluminum sheet. Where is the other? Where am I being irradiated from? Oh, right here. These two. Everyone's sticking around. I really appreciate it. A lot of fun. I enjoy Satisfactory when I can kind of talk out my game plan. Is there radiation still? Is there another? Right here. Oh, that's a purple slug. I don't really want a purple slug, but might as well. I'm already over here. I got rid of all of the here. What? Where's the radiation? Is there like a chunk of uranium in the wall or something? I may have to go back to the aluminum factory and pick up a bunch of these because I've got to run a million belts. That's fine. Wait, yeah, there must be... Why is it irradiated right here? There must be a chunk in the ground. Oh well. Okay. Alright, Well, I'm out of belts. And yeah, I'm out of belts. I need to get more belts. And I've been doing this bonus stream for about 4 hours, so I think I might call it there. The wife is home and I'd like to spend more time with her. I got most of the way finished with nuclear, so I think we're in a good spot for the next stream, which, all things considered, will probably happen tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see what the game plan is. But yeah, it's been fun hanging out. I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I guess I'll be off for the night. So for everybody hanging out, I really appreciate it. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. If I'm not on tomorrow, it'll be the day after. That'll be my next regularly scheduled day. So hope to see everybody later. Have a great day.